Hello, in this video we're going to learn about box and whisker plots. Box and whisker plots, or box plots, are one of several different ways to display data. A box and whisker plot shows how a set of data is distributed by using 5 values to represent an ordered set of data. It has a least value, the lower quartile, the median, the upper quartile, and the greatest value. A few of those terms you might have heard before, and a couple of them might be new, so we're going to talk about all of them. So first, here we have some data. This happens to be girls basketball team had the following scores, so these scores throughout the season perhaps, and we're going to display them as a box and whisker plot. First thing we need to do is find the median. Okay, that's going to be the middle number. So to find the median, we've done this before, so we figure out which the middle number is. So I kind of cross out from the ends there. So 2 from each end, another 2. So 22 is the median here. So median is 22. And then we have a lower value of 7. Actually, okay, we can see these. So a lower value of 7. So that's the least value. The greatest value is 43. The median was 22. And now we got to figure out what the lower quartile and the upper quartile are. Okay. The lower quartile is just a fancy way of saying the median of the lower half of the data. Okay. So you do not include the actual median in this. So I'm going to circle the one that was the median. Okay, that was this one. So now when we look at this half of the data here, we need to figure out what the median of that is. So out of 7, 10, 16, 18, and 20, 16 is the median. So 16 is the lower quartile. Okay, again, a fancy way of saying the median of the lower half of data. And the upper quartile, as you might guess, is the median of the upper half of the data. So in this case, 30. Okay, and now what we do with those 5 pieces of information are we put them on a number line. So we're going to make a number line here. Okay, there we go. I don't know why that's green. Let's make that black, huh? There we go. Okay, and so on this number line, we're going to label some numbers. So we're going to need to start, we need to go all the way from 7 to 43. That's a pretty big gap, so let's try to go by 5s, I guess. So we'll start here at 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. I think we'll make it. 30, 35, 40, and 45. Okay, we made it with that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So we need to label the lowest value, which is 7. Okay, and you don't have to actually label a number 7, but you have to put it basically where a 7 would be. So kind of in between a 5 and 10. Now this is different than graphing on a number line because the box and whisker plot goes actually above it. Okay, then we need to label 16 is this point here, just past 15. Then we got 22, which is going to be probably right around here, and then 30 and 43, which will be right about here. Okay, and so what you do here is you put a box. So here's the median, here is the lower quartile, here's the upper quartile, and what you do is you make a little box here. That's why it's called a box plot or box and whisker. Okay, so then I made a line at the median, a line at the lower and upper quartiles, and now we're going to make a little line out here to the lower, the greater and lower value. Those are supposed to be straight, but I'm not perfect there. and those are the whiskers. So we have the box and the whiskers. So the box is the lower quartile, median, and upper quartile. And keep in mind the median does not have to be exactly in the middle of the upper and lower quartile. It just is the median of the data wherever it is. So that line could have been over here, or it could have been up here, or it could have been right in the middle. In this case, it just happens to be a little off to the left. And so that's how it's done. Let's try a couple more examples. Okay, here's some data. This data is not in order, and I remember when you're trying to find the median of a set of data, it has to be in order. So that's what we're going to do first. Okay, so let's see, 2 looks like the lowest number, so we got a 2 and a 3. We have a 4 and a 4, a 5 and a 5, so 4, 4, 5, 5. And then we have a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 7, 8, 9, that's an 8, 10, and 11. Okay, so we need the 5 things here. So this is going to be the least value at 2. So we have the 2. We don't need to write that. That's pretty obvious. So let's find the median. So we're going to need to cross out some values here. The 2, the 11, the 10, the 3, the 4, the 9, the 8, the 4, the 5, the 7, leaving us with a median of 5. Now, with the lower half of the data, we have 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. The lower quartile is going to be right here, so that's a 4, that's the lower quartile. And then the upper quartile is going to be 1, 2, 3, so out of these 5, it's going to be the 9, so that's the upper quartile. And then we have the greatest value here and the least value here. Again, we're going to make a number line. Let's do that. And now we're only going from 2 to 11, so they don't have to be in 5s now. We can just go from 0, maybe 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There we go. And so we need a least value of 2. Put that right there. Lower quartile of 4. Median of 5. Upper quartile of 9. And a greatest value of 11. So now our box is going to be a little bigger compared to our whiskers. So there's the lower quartile. And make our little box. Whoops, that's supposed to be right on there. You get the idea. There's our median. And here is a whisker and a whisker. Here we go. That's supposed to be a solid line. So there's our box and whisker plot. Let's try one more. Here we have some numbers. Let's see, they go from 28, 25, looks like the lowest. So we'll start there. So we got 25, 26, 28, 25, 26, 28. Let's see, we got 31, 32, so 31, 32. We got a 34, 36, 36. And then we have 40, 41, and then two 42s. Alright. One thing that I didn't do in the previous one is I like to make sure I have all the data by counting it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm good there. Okay, first thing I need to do is find the median. So let's do that. We'll do that in green, I guess. So not 25 or 42, 28, 41, 40, 30, 30. Okay, so now since there's an even number of data, the median is the average of these two. So the median is going to be 35. That's the median. Now, when the median is in between two numbers, then the lower half and the upper half of the data do include those numbers. Okay, so when we're talking about the lower half of the data, we're talking about these numbers here, and the upper half will be these numbers. Now keep them, let's count these to make sure we're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're good. So then the lower quartile, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is the median of these two numbers. So right in between 28 and 31, that's actually going to be a decimal. It's going to be 29.5. So 29 point, well, not 0.1. 29.5 is the lower quartile, and then it looks like in between 40 and 41 is going to be 40.5 will be the upper quartile, and then we have 42 is the greatest value and 25 is the least value. Okay, so let's go about making our number line here. Here we go. And I need to go all the way from 25 to 42. So let's see, maybe I'll go by 5s again. Okay, so let's start at 25. I think we could spread it out some more though. So maybe 30, 35, 40, 45, something like that. And we have the least value at 25. We have the lower quartile 29.5, so just below that 30 there. And then we have, could probably go even farther than that. It's probably, I don't know, around here. A median at 35, upper quartile at 40.5, so that's pretty close to 40, and a greatest value at 42. It should be maybe around here. Okay, and then we make our box here, all the way over there, all the way over here. Here's our median, which happens to be in the middle for the first time, and then our whiskers to go out to the edge here. Alright, so there's a box and whisker plot. So what does a box and whisker plot actually tell us? Well, since this is the median for the lower half, and here's the median for the upper half, it's actually telling us, it's splitting the data into 4 quarters, 4 quartiles, right? So the lower quartile is the top end of the lowest fourth of data, or 25% of the data is here, 25% of the data is here, 25% is here, and 25% is here. Okay, so that's basically what it's telling us. From the median, half of the data is to the left, half is to the right. From the lower quartile, 25% of the data, or 1/4 of the data is there, 3/4 or 75% is up there, and so on. So that's box and whisker plots. Thanks for watching.